and this is Awesome Science. Today's sweet experiment is candy making. So, what you will need is 2 cups of sugar, 1/8 of a teaspoon of cream and tartar, a few drops of any food coloring, 2/3 cup of water, a small pot, cooking spoon.
Now we stir it.
So now we stir it. So it says stir all the ingredients until fully... Okay, this is Matthew. He will be the adult here. So,
Hi kids. Now you're going to be cooking this on the stove, so you make sure you get a grown-up's permission or assistance. What we're going to do is we're going to put this just above medium heat and we're going to let it boil. Okay? Stir it every now and then. Once it starts to boil, you'll know it's boiling when you see the bubbles popping up.
don't get too close, kids.
When it's boiling, it's very hot, so be careful, okay? Safety first.
This is looking pretty good. Now kids, remember, keep stirring it with your adult helper or grown-up and make sure that when it starts bubbling for approximately 2 to 3 minutes, you put it in your cold water. We added ice cubes because we wanted to make it extra cold. See, it's boiling. So, when it's boiling for at least 3 minutes, you put it in the freezing cold water. It's already going through my hands. This is a thick bowl.
We're going to let this boil for a couple minutes, and then we're going to put a couple drops in here, in this cold water.
And if it
And what should happen...
it should get hard in this. And if it doesn't and it stays liquidy, then you did it wrong.
If the mixture turns hard in the cold water, that's when you could turn the heat off.
Yep.
If it doesn't turn hard, you got to keep letting it boil for about another minute. Okay? Okay, so it's been a couple minutes.
Yep,
so we're going to
3.
take a little bit of this. And we're going to drop it in here.
Did ours turn hard?
Nope, it did not. So we're going to keep letting it boil.
Hi kids, welcome back. Now remember, keep your adult in the kitchen.
Okay, so let's see how this mixture is doing. It's looking nice and gooey. So we're going to take a nice spoonful of this, and we're going to take a nice spoonful of this, and we're going to go ahead and add it over here to our, and we can see there it's turning hard. It's nice and tough.
1 sec, let me try. And when it hits the cold water, it immediately turns cold. Now that's hard.
Okay, so now we can take it off the stove.
Yep. Turn off the stove.
We'll turn off the stove.
Well, have your adult turn off the stove. Have your adult turn off the stove. I don't want you kids getting hurt and blaming us.
Alright, so this mixture here is going to be transferred over to
Bread.
a pan that we sprayed with some cooking spray so that the candy does not stick.
Yep.
We're going to use a nice cookie cutter so we can make a shape. Okay, so now we will take our mixture. We will pour it into our cookie pan.
Don't try the cookie cutters until it's fully dry because we tried it and it just came out as a big glob because it leaked under. So just pour it on your pan.
So we pour it on this pan, being careful not to burn yourself.
Have the adult do it. That's why I'm standing right here. Drinking my Starbucks water.
Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to let this cookie pan basically sit for about an hour. And it's going to harden, and we're going to have delicious homemade candy. Due to the miracle of science.
The miracle of science!
Okay. So
we put it in the freezer so that it would freeze better.
So now, as you can see, it's nice and hard. So all we need now is just to break it. Let's see the cracks forming.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like an ice tray except on a pan. And harder. So I got a piece while we paused for a few minutes. We're going to try it.
Here comes the test.
pretty good. Chewy. Nice. I like it.
And that concludes our science experiment.